The Mariners hitting the road for second time in the last 2 days. Yesterday, a loss to Hyannis, 4-1. The Mariners trying to get back on the right track after a season-opening win against the Bourne Braves a few days ago. That was at home, but trying to right the ship here on the road. And Luke, if you're head coach Steve Englert, what are you telling your guys to kind of get them back in? Obviously, early stages of this season, of this summer, but you got to try and get some guys and have them get more offense going.
Absolutely. You lose 4-1 last night in Hyannis. I thought they competed, and they did compete till the very end. In the 7th and 8th, they had opportunistic chances with the bases loaded and nobody out in the 7th. You have two guys fall victim to the strikeout. That's very tough. And then they bounced back in the 8th, stranded 2 again, had a leadoff base runner in the 9th, just couldn't get the big hit they were looking for. That happens, Gino. It's a long summer. These arms out here are the best of the best. The wooden bats, everybody's still getting used to it. But two teams who have struggled offensively today in Falmouth, this is going to be a good test. Who will prevail?
Trey Broussard leading off the order for the Mariners, one of those guys that can certainly light a spark on offense for the Mariners. We've seen him do it a few times so far this season. In the 2 spot, Harrison Feinberg, the right fielder. Eric Becker, the third baseman. In the 3 spot, Maddox Maloney batting cleanup, a shortstop. Jordan Jaffe in the 5 spot, the first baseman. Nico Brini, the left fielder, in the 6 spot. He was usually the 9 spot hitter, now bumped up to 6. And then 7, 8, 9, Kyle Wolf, the designated hitter, Tyler Minnick, the catcher, and Shintaro Inoue, the second baseman. Tyler Minnick, the catcher, in for Matt Conti, who played the last 2 games for the Mariners. So first look at Tyler Minnick for Mariner fans.
Not a bad replacement. Conti, he's already had a couple nice defensive plays. He's thrown 2 runners out stealing, both of them actually at third base. Not very common. You see guys try and take 3, but I think everybody's about done with that on Matt Conti. A good test tonight for Tyler Minnick, the product of Middle Tennessee State. But Gino, top of the order, they struggled last night. We'll see what they have in the opening frame.
TJ Coates stands on the hill for the Commodores. Rising junior out of Nebraska, stands at 6'3", 220 pounds. It's a righty on lefty matchup this past season at Nebraska. Coates had 8 appearances with 3 starts, a 7.15 ERA as that first pitch on Broussard inside at the waist for ball 1.
Nice ballpark here in Falmouth, Gino.
Certainly is, especially with this weather. It's a nice 65 degrees with the sun out. Second pitch whistles high and away on Broussard. The defensive lineup for the Commodores starting in the outfield, moving from left to right, Carl Schmidt, Chris Newstrom, and John Smith. The pitch lifted high in the air, foul. Third base side, it tails out of play. 2-1 the count on Broussard. Now moving to the infield from third base to first, Kyle Morrison, Ben Royo, Antonio Morales, and Kent Schmidt. Catching is Mark Quattrani. Coates readies the glove at the chest, deals the 2-1. Cranked again, foul, this time first base side. And now a 2-2 count on Broussard.
I like this approach early. Broussard showing as the leadoff hitter. You're supposed to get on, Gino. You take 2 balls that weren't even close. You think he's taken on 2-0. He swung. He was late on the 2-0 fastball, right on the 2-1.
The 2-2 fastball just high and away. Full count on Broussard now.
Wouldn't be surprised if Coates is yanked early in this one. Even if he has a good outing, he just doesn't throw a lot of strikes.
Coates trying to get the strikeout here. Payoff pitch. High and away, ball 4. And so Broussard will jog out to first after that walk to start things here at Gov Fuller Field. They don't ask how you get on base, Luke, as long as you get somebody on base. And the Mariners struggled a little bit with that to start the game yesterday. Had several innings in the first 5 frames where only 3 Mariner batters saw some action.
Yeah, the guy on deck really carrying the load via the hit tally. Becker, a couple singles in the ball game yesterday. Back hitting third today.
Harrison Feinberg up to bat. His first pitch inside for ball 1. Feinberg, the righty batter, picked back at first, not in time. Broussard dove back with his right hand first Great heads up by Coates.
Yeah, that was close.
Certainly was. Broussard definitely was not expecting that. He's got a hefty lead off of first right now. The 1-0. Blasted foul right behind home plate. So 1-1 the count. Both these teams coming into this matchup, a 1-1 record. Mariners with a loss yesterday on the road in Hyannis. 4-1 loss. But the Mariners showed some life as a throwback to first, not in time again. Broussard back diving with his right hand first yet again.
They thought they had him, Gino. The catcher, Quattrani, got up, pointed at the first base umpire, said, yes, make the call, and the hands went out safe. 2 close calls with Broussard at first. Needs to be careful over there. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes on this pitch.
He certainly can. He had 31 stolen bases with Houston this past year. He goes. The pitch, line drive to short. It's in and out of the glove of Royo and skips into the outfield. Feinberg gets to first safely, and Broussard is into second standing. Excellent momentum for the Mariners to start things off, Luke.
Not only was that an error, it was a double play, too. A liner right at the shortstop, and he saw Broussard running, so he took his eyes off the ball because he knew he had Broussard doubled up. As quick as he is, he wasn't going to get back to first base in time, and he just straight up dropped the ball.
Certainly would like to have that one back. First pitch on Eric Becker, whistles high and away.
So, Gino, for 2 teams struggling offensively, the Mariners played just 1 yesterday. There's no better time than the first inning to potentially jump on Falmouth here with 2 on and nobody out, considering they've struggled in the batter's box.
Pitch. Breaking ball hits the outer edge for strike 1. You talked about it. Harwich, 5 hits in each of its last 2 games. Falmouth has just 5 hits total in its last 2 games.
Without an extra base hit, the only team in the Cape.
So 2 teams really trying to get some momentum at the bats. The 1-1 is line to second. It's caught. The throw to second also in time. Double play for the Commodores, courtesy of Antonio Morales. Got that ball right in front of his face and then sidearm to Ben Royo, the shortstop, who was covering the bag. So Trey Broussard is out at second, and Eric Becker with the line out.
That's bad luck. Very similar to what happened with Feinberg getting on, a liner that should have been caught. This time it's caught, and they do double up Broussard. Funny how this game works.
Runner from first goes. First pitch called for a strike. The throw to second, not in time. Harrison Feinberg dives with his right arm first, touches the bag. Gets up, has dirt covering those baby blue uniforms that the Mariners broke out for the first time yesterday.
The Falmouth faithful liked them. Their broadcasters thought they were cool as well.
There's definitely a lot of people that like those uniforms as this pitch is grounded down the third base side. It's grabbed by Kyle Morrison. The throw to first, not in time. Morrison was looking for the tag on Feinberg. Missed him, then tried to go to first. Maloney beat him out.
Yeah, that's going to be an infield hit. Just one of those common choppers to third where the third baseman, that's Morrison in this case, really running in, going to have to make a tough play. And he would have made the play, I think, with relative ease, but he actually tried to tag out Feinberg on his way. Why not? Feinberg was right in front of him. A good job from Harrison to get out of the way. And now in the top of the first, runners on the corners for Harwich.
Throw back to first, Maloney back diving. First time Maloney has gotten on base in a Mariner uniform. Made his debut yesterday. Went 0 for 4, 2 groundouts and 2 strikeouts. Jordan Jaffe gets set from the right side. His first pitch with 2 outs, a high bouncer past the mound. Antonio Morales comes running in. He gets called off by Ben Royo, the shortstop, scoops it up, throws to first in time for the 3rd out.
That's a heck of a play right there in the first inning. I know we're going to break, but that can't go unnoticed. That's a chopper that got past the pitcher's mound in between the second baseman and shortstop, and Royo calls him off, makes the barehanded play in the throw on time. One way to end the first right there defensively.
Mariners certainly had some offense brewing. They had runners on the corners, but nothing doing. Still a 0-0 game here in Falmouth. We'll catch you on the other side of this break right here on Cape Cod Baseball Broadcast.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financing journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Welcome back to Gov Fuller Field, folks. Alongside Luke Brenneman, I'm Gino Antamarino. The Mariners with some offense brewing in that first frame. Had runners on the corners, but unfortunately no runs scored from Harwich. But they definitely had some juice in that first half frame, Luke.
They did. Had some action. 2 guys on early, first and second, nobody out. They had help from, a couple defensive mistakes, especially at short with Roy. And I said it's funny how this game works because they doubled up Broussard on the next play on a liner that should have been caught, then they doubled him up. And then it's Roy who saves the run with runners in scoring position on a slow roller up the middle. He bare hands it and beats Jaffe at first base. So an interesting way to start it out, but at least you got base runners if you're Harwich, still looking for somebody to come through with runners in scoring position.
Leading off for the Commodores, Antonio Morales, the second baseman. He digs in from the left side. Faces off against Freddie Rodriguez on the mound for the Mariners. The right-handed pitcher kicks and deals.
Rodriguez got good stuff. Transferred to Hawaii for the 2025 season from Cal Poly. Came out of the bullpen a few times, but ironically enough, his best start of the year came against Cal Poly. In his last start, he went 6 innings. So they let him unleash against the former squad.
That revenge game, the 0-1 pitch on the inner edge for strike 2. Morales quickly down in the count. No outs in the bottom of the first. Commodores with just 5 hits on the season. No extra base hits as well through the first 2 games of the summer. Commodores trying to get some life on offense. The 0-2 from Rodriguez. Breaking ball just on the outside. First ball of the count.
This is an interesting infielder here. Morales is playing second today, but he just transferred to Maryland just 3 days ago.
A lot of players here on the Cape making moves this offseason.
He was at Wake Forest. Hit .294, and now he wants to go to the Big Ten.
The 1-2 fouled straight back. Morales announced his transfer to Maryland on June 13th, like you mentioned, Luke. His Maryland teammate Liam Wilson actually posted a picture of him and Morales and said, "The boys are back together." So already some chemistry that Morales will have on that Terrapin squad, the 2026 season. The 1-2 fouled off right behind home plate.
Respect to Rodriguez's fastball early. You see Morales way ahead of the off-speed pitch. Good job to reach out, just catch a piece of it and stay alive in the 1-2 count. But Rodriguez is locating in this first at-bat. Looks confident out there.
He certainly does. Ben Royo on deck for the Commodores. In the hole, Kyle Morrison. Antonio Morales with a 1-2 count. Rodriguez kicks and fires. Fastball just on the outside. Home plate umpire Jake Brick announcing it very loudly to Freddie Rodriguez, who thought he struck him out. First base umpire Ron Starsiak and third base umpire Marvick Gomez. The 2-2 to Morales. A high hit ball to left field. Nico Brini not having to move much, maybe a step to his right. Gets underneath it and records the first out.
Nice piece of two-strike hitting. Went the other way. Hit it hard. It was a liner to Brini, right at Brini. think it almost confused Nico out there. He was like, is this too easy? He tried to move and then just planted his feet right back in the grass because he didn't have to. So a good first out, a longer at bat than expected after getting ahead 0-2, but a tough test here with Ben Royo.
First pitch on the righty, Royo. Swing and a miss. Fastball on the bottom outer edge. In the outfield for the Mariners, Nico Brinian left, Trey Broussard at center, and in right, Harrison Feinberg. In the infield at third base, Eric Becker, Maddox Maloney at short, Shintaro Inoue at second. First is Jordan Jaffe as Jake Brick calls time, the home plate umpire. A new ball dealt to the mound. Freddie Rodriguez tossed the one he was holding towards the Commodore dugout as we resume play. Catching is Tyler Minnick, replacing Matt Conti, making his Mariner debut for the 2025 summer. The 0-1, breaking ball inside at the belt. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ben Royo. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Fastball again on that lower outer edge.
It's a nice pitch there. 2 swing and miss from Arroyo already. A guy who likes to put it in play, who can put it in play, and simply who does. So if Rodriguez can get him swinging here, this would be impressive.
Ben Royo with a .258 batting average this past season as he fouls this one straight back out of play. Royo from Texas A&M, standing at 6'2", 200 pounds. The 21-year-old digs back in from the right side, lifts the red-collared bat over his right shoulder, and gets set for the 1-2. The pitch, breaking ball, gets him swinging for strike 3. Excellent pitch from Freddie Rodriguez, and just like that, 2 put away for the Commodores in the bottom of the first.
You can tell early if you don't do your research on Rodriguez. He has many different ways to beat you. He can be a contact pitcher. We saw it a couple times out of the bullpen at Hawaii this school year. But early on, it's the changes of speeds. It's almost like these guys are having to guess what's going to come at him because he can pump the fastball in there, but marks it way down close to the high 70s with the off speed.
First pitch on Kyle Morrison, low and away, ball 1.
It's your standard play it into the defense type of arm. The fastball only around 90 to 92. Makes the guys put it in play and needs help behind him.
1-1, inside at the knees, 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the first, still 0-0 between the Mariners and the Commodores. But like you talked about, Luke, Freddie Rodriguez coming off a pretty solid year at Hawaii. 26 appearances, 2 starts. The pitch, fouled, third base side, dips out of play. 7-2 record, 3.10 ERA, 52 strikeouts for Rodriguez, as he just struck out Ben Royo, the last batter. The 2-1, fouled straight back. Kyle Morrison with a 2-2 count.
Rodriguez is coming off a heck of a year at Hawaii. To transfer in, have a 3.1 ERA, you get over 52 innings of action, strike out 52 guys, so right on a batter per frame. He's got good stuff.
Hopes to bring that here in this Mariners lineup. The 2-2 pitch, skied into the air, foul, third base side. Out of play, some young fans running over to grab that souvenir as we resume action. Kyle Morrison, the rising senior, Southern Mississippi. The 2-2 pitch, a hard liner, foul. Left field side. Some Commodores fans, you could feel them get a little excited. They heard the contact of the bat. Thought that would have been the 6th hit for the Commodores this summer. The 2-2. Ooh, just inside at the knees. Full count.
That was borderline. It was a good take. It was outside, but perfect 2-2 pitch. Well done on both ends. Morrison just didn't bite. He's been late on the fastball, though.
Can Rodriguez put him away? No, he cannot. Pitch outside. Ball 4.
That's a tough one. You retire the first 2 guys of the first. You're trying to get into a rhythm. Not that he's not going to get in one or be in one or feeling good, but long at bat, 7 pitches. You lose him on the last breaking ball that obviously just kind of slipped out of his hand. You miss high and outside. Catcher has to stand up. Strap back in here for the cleanup hitter, Smith.
Like you said, Rodriguez takes a breath, deals from the rubber. First pitch, low at the ankles for ball one against John Smith, the cleanup hitter. John Smith, rising senior from South Alabama, in the transfer portal right now, though. Righty on righty. Pitch. High above the letters.
You know, Gino, what I'm interested in, as someone who's in the Cape for the first time as a broadcaster this summer, what's different about, obviously the MLB scouts come here, but now college coaches with these guys in the portal being so common.
2-0, blasted down the left field side. This ball said it's fouled. Some Falmouth fans thought that was fair, yeah. Nico Brini was back at the wall for the Mariners, the left fielder.
I mean, that had the distance.
It certainly did. Smith got all of that pitch. But we resume play with a 2-1 count. The pitch, runner goes from first, called for a strike at the plate. The throw to second, in and out of the glove of Inouye, and Morrison into second, sliding.
Throw was on the money for Minnick. That's one way to introduce yourself, and I was about to really get excited for him in his first start behind the plate because he had Morrison at second base. Inouye just simply dropped the ball. It may have looked like it was about to take a hop and caught the bottom part of his glove before spitting out, but the throw was on time and certainly on target.
Minnick, first time wearing a Mariners uniform, but he's got tons of experience as a rising senior. The 2-2 pitch, hard grounder to Jordan Jaffe at first. He collects it, touches the first bag for the third out. Excellent way to cap off the frame. The Commodores had one aboard in Kyle Morrison off of a walk, but a fly out for Morales, a strikeout to Royo, and then a ground out from Smith ends things. Still knotted up at 0 apiece heading into the top of the second. Stick around, folks, on Cape League TV.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Mariners and Commodores knotted up at 0 apiece heading into the top of the second alongside Luke Brenneman. I'm Gino Antamarino on a nice cool evening here in Falmouth, about 64 degrees, but sun not really out. That helps us so we can see our computers. Our producer, Dave Roberts, was complaining a little bit about that, but I think now we're good to go.
Dave doesn't complain. Dave's a trooper.
Yeah, he certainly is. Carrying that big jug of equipment here to start the game. Love to see it. First pitch on Nico Brini. Called for a strike on the bottom edge. TJ Coates on the mound in his second inning of work. In the last frame, gave up 1 hit and 1 walk. The 0-1 lifted high in the air, infield left side. This one's going to tail foul. Third baseman Kyle Morrison strolls over to make the head-high catch a few feet in front of the Mariner dugout for out number 1.
Talked about the ambush attack in the Trident Talk for social media pregame. The ambush attack, you talk about it, you hype it up if it works. It's tough when you swing at first and second pitches and you pop it up in foul territory, obviously a part of the game. But Brini getting moved up in the order today. We'll see what he does the rest of the afternoon. He's been hitting 9th this entire season, and you mentioned it in the open. 6th today, has earned it with some long at-bats, but the first start for Kyle Wolf now.
The designated hitter for the Mariners. First pitch taken for a ball low at the feet. But Nico Brini, you talked about, batted 9th the last 2 games. Yesterday went 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts as well as a ground out. But certainly someone that can make contact with the ball this past season. Batted a .304 at Wofford College. Second pitch on Wolf, called for a ball inside at the waist.
Wolf played on opening day, was 0 for 4.
2-0, swing and a miss. Strike 1.
We saw the home run that Wolf hit in the scrimmage against YD.
Certainly just golfed that ball.
Went the other way. That's some serious power.
Kyle Wolf standing at 6 foot, 170 pounds. Second pitch fouled down the third base side. 2-2 count, 1 out. Kyle Wolf digs back in from the right side. Mariners wearing their baby blue uniforms with red letters and numbers. Commodores in the all-whites with burgundy numbers and letters. The pitch, swing and a miss. Pitch gets away from Quattrani. He scoops it up behind the plate, throws to first. But nonetheless, a strikeout for Kyle Wolf. First one of the day for TJ Coates. But 2 put away for the Mariners in the top of the second. Tyler Minnick now batting in the 8th spot, digs in from the right side. First pitch. Strike on that bottom outer corner.
Impressed with Coates here. Now in the second inning, pounding the strike zone through 2 batters.
The rising junior kicks and deals. Breaking ball low. Gets Minnick swinging. Strike 2.
Gino, I'm not a scout, but the number one thing that I could guess if TJ Coates was asked, what do you want to work on this summer against some of the best competition, it has to be throwing strikes, because that's where the struggles came at school. ERA right around 7.
Right.
Nebraska had a solid run in the Big Ten, really good push at the end of the season, obviously, in the tournament.
Fouled off, third base side. But yes, Luke, like you were saying, only 15 strikeouts this past season for TJ Coates in 8 appearances, 3 starts.
Struck a guy out in every appearance, though, so getting there.
0-2 low and away.
It was just 11 innings for him, so I'm sure he'll see a lot of action, be here for a while this summer. Just a guy that they see a lot of upside in his arm.
Trying to strike out Minnick here. The pitch, a hard grounder to second. Antonio Morales gallops, gets underneath it, collects it, throws to first in time for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down for the Mariners after a flyout from Brini, a strikeout to Wolf, and a ground out from Minnick. Still leaves us at 0 apiece between the Mariners and the Commodores heading into the bottom of the second. Stick around on Cape League TV.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the Rental Source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Welcome back to Gov Fuller Field alongside Luke Brenneman. I'm Gino Antamarino. 0-0 ball game heading into the bottom of the second between the Mariners and the Commodores. Falmouth up to bat. 5, 6, 7 due up in the lineup. Kent Schmidt, the first baseman, digs in from the left side. On deck, Chris Newstrom, the center fielder. And then in the hole, Bull Mizell, the designated hitter. First pitch fouled off third base side. On the bump in his second inning of work, Freddie Rodriguez. In the first frame, gave up a walk but had a strikeout, a flyout, and a ground out. Takes a deep breath, kicks and deals the 0-1. Breaking ball low at the feet, 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think for a lot of these pitchers, Gino, and we'll talk about it more as the season progresses, it's about just not trying to do too much. When you look at these lineups, typically in college, you're circling 3 to 5 guys that can really burn you.
1-1, hefty swing and a miss.
And you get to the Cape, top to bottom, the reserves can burn you. Everybody has power. Everybody has pop. Everybody has Major League Baseball upside. So play to contact, use your solid, talented defense behind you. And Rodriguez has looked confident out there early.
As he kicks and fires the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. You talked about it, Luke. Rodriguez showing that swagger on the mound as he gets strikeout number 2 and puts away the leadoff batter, Kent Schmidt. Out comes Chris Newstrom. Righty on righty matchup. Rising sophomore from Tennessee. Black-collared bat over his right shoulder. First pitch, swing and a miss. Newstrom with that low swing. Looks sort of like a hockey shot. Maybe a golf swing, if you will.
I was going to say, tried to golf that one.
The 0-1, low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Newstrom just turned 20 at the start of this month on June 1st. A lot of these Falmouth guys celebrating birthdays recently. Ken Schmidt, the last batter, just turned 20 yesterday. 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Crowd starting to pile in here at Gov Fuller Field. This is a nice spot, Gino. I've never been to Falmouth. Got the police station right here.
1-2, whistles high and away. Ball 2. You know, I haven't been disappointed with any of the spots we've gone to, Luke, here on the Cape. Only been here for the last few weeks.
I hear it's going to get even better.
Yeah, it's only going to get more crowded is what I've heard from 4th of July on. I heard the traffic is crazy. The 2-2. Breaking ball just misses that bottom outer corner. Full count on Chris Newstrom, the center fielder, as he takes a step outside the box, collects his breath, and digs back in.
Newstrom, a Phoenix, Arizona guy.
I was just going to say, you know a thing or two about Arizona. Payoff pitch. Lifted high in the air, left center field. Nico Brini charges towards the wall, but he's called off by Trey Broussard, the center fielder, who makes the catch.
Man, Broussard's got crazy good instincts. He gets a jump on the ball. It feels like before it's even put in play. Yes, he has the speed. He has the tools. We saw him make the sliding, diving catch yesterday. But the things that go unnoticed is making plays that are routine outs for Broussard that we saw. He was able to get under that one, but simply because of his athletic ability.
First pitch on Bull Mizell. It's the bottom edge for strike 1. But you're talking about Trey Broussard really showing off the wheels there. Led Houston last season in stolen bases. Just really has a lot of speed as this pitch fouled off straight behind home plate.
How about this nickname, Gino? Bull Mizell. Not even a nickname. The Falmouth announcers were saying it is just Bull. First name Coleman, but forget that.
The 0-2 whistles high. Well, the reason he's called Bull is when he was a kid, his grandfather put him in a bungee chair. And because he would be jumping in it all day, his grandfather started calling him Bullfrog. So when he was 5 and 6, he was bigger than all the other kids. So it got shortened to just Bull. As this pitch grounded to first, Jordan Jaffe gets behind it, touches the bag for out number 3 to Bull Mizell. Falmouth says, anything you can do, Harwich, we can do better. After the Mariners went 3 up, 3 down, the Commodores also 3 up, 3 down after a strikeout, flyout, and ground out to Schmidt, Newstrom, and Mizell. Stick around, folks, on Cape League TV, top of the third when we come back.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
0-0 ball game heading into the top of the third. Alongside Luke Brenneman, I'm Gino Antamarino. Thanks so much for joining us here at Gov Fuller Field in Falmouth. The Commodores out on the field going up against the 9-1-2 hitters for the Mariners. Shintaro Inoue gets set from the left side. Righty on lefty matchup with TJ Coates in his third inning of work. He kicks and fires. First pitch hits the outer edge for strike 1.
Right there on the corner. Inoue, coming off a game last night, he did have a hit. The biggest walk of the game in the 7th.
Second pitch fouled off. Third base side.
Inoue battled, remember, in the 3-2 count, something I've never seen before. Englert came out of the dugout to have a word with him. Next pitch in the dirt.
The 0-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3 off that low breaking ball. And so Inoue retired after 3 pitches via the strikeout. Second punch out of the day for TJ Coates. But you were talking about, Luke, that instance where Englert, the head coach for the Mariners, came out yesterday during an at-bat for Inoue and kind of talked to him. It was actually because in a previous at-bat, Inoue got a call on him that he didn't like, and that kind of shook him up. As the first pitch to Broussard lifted high in the air, left center field, Chris Newstrom roves over to his right and collects it for out number 2.
Yeah, Mariners hit list so far. Putting balls in play, not bad contact once again. I really think that there's going to at least be a 5 to 7 game, what's that, about a week and a half period in this league where everybody's just got to get used to swinging wood bats.
Yeah. First pitch on Harrison Feinberg. Fastball upstairs, ball 1. And that's really been something that I think we all kind of expect, right? Because a lot of these Mariner batters, they're coming off of really good seasons. Just need to find their groove. The second pitch whistles high for ball 2.
Feinberg's one of them.
Exactly. I was just going to say 3.67 average. Led Northeastern this past season in that category is the 2-0. Fastball right down the middle for strike 1.
You know what's really cool about Falmouth is here at Gov Fuller Field, they have bleachers down the right field line, but no wall.
2-1. Another strike.
So whether you find that cool or dangerous, it certainly puts you in the action, whether you like it or not.
Hopefully the fans brought gloves with them. The 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. The throw to first as it got away from Quattrani, the catcher, in time for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Mariners in back-to-back frames heading into the bottom of the third. Stick around on Cape League TV.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Welcome back on the Harwich Mariners radio broadcast. Alongside Luke Brenneman, I'm Gino Antamarino. The sun has completely disappeared here at Gov Fuller Field. It's just all clouds, but nice breezy day. It hasn't been too cold. Still about 64 degrees outside. Heading into the bottom of the third, 8-9-1 due up in the Commodores lineup. Starting off with Mark Quattrani. But Falmouth trying to get some inspiration from their new head coach, Jared Saltalamacchia. Spent the last couple of years as the hitting coach for the Bourne Braves, and if you didn't know, pretty big deal in the major leagues. First pitch on Mark Quattrani, called for a strike, bottom inside corner.
Pretty big deal in Bourne, too, at this time in the Cape. They won the league in 22 and 23, obviously fell to the Mariners last summer, but getting a manager job here. And
the 0-1, a hard bouncer to third, just gets past Eric Becker as he lunged to his left. A base hit for Mark Quattrani. And so one aboard in the bottom of the third for the Commodores.
Yeah, but Saltalamacchia, it's limitless what he can do for this ball club. Whether it's bringing in connections from the major leagues to help out in position groups that he may not be familiar with, i.e. we've seen Johnny Gomes running around here at Gov Fuller Field. His veteran and leadership abilities inside of a league like Major League Baseball, all of these guys want to be in a position where Saltalamacchia once was and thrived as a World Series champion.
Absolutely. First pitch on Carl Schmidt, fouled off first base side. Like you were talking about, one of the things I loved about what Coach Salty said when they asked him, you think you're ready for this role? And he said, listen, I've always been a guy that likes to prepare, and failure to prepare is preparing to fail. I love that saying. It's the 0-1. Lifted high in the air to shallow center field. It drops for a base hit as Trey Broussard comes to scoop it up from center field. And just like that, 2 on board for the Commodores. First 2 hits of the day for Falmouth as well, as Quattrani on second and Carl Schmidt on first.
Softly hit balls, right place, push one into center. Broussard can't get there even with his speed. You split short and third on a slow roller to lead off the inning for Quattrani. And just like that, you got the top of the order up with nobody out. 2 on.
Out comes Antonio Morales from the left side. Second baseman in today's game. The first pitch outside for ball 1.
Saw the Mariners turn 3 double plays yesterday, Gino. Certainly know Steve Englert's in there begging for one right now. See if Rodriguez can dial something up at the bottom of the zone and get somebody to roll over, preferably Morales.
Quattrani on second, Schmidt on first. The 1-0 to Morales. Blasted high in the air. Left side, Nico Brini charges in foul territory. And makes the catch. All the way out the wall. Tough angle for us to see. But Nico Brainy flashing the leather and making the grab. Excellent play from Brainy, the left fielder. And so 1 put away in the bottom of the third.
That's an unbelievable play. Full speed towards the wall, moving into the warning track-esque dirt that surrounds this field, but it's more rocky. And you see guys sometimes slow down and hesitate. Brainy full speed, and that's what it took to make the catch.
First pitch to Ben Arroyo, a swing and a miss. Back-to-back times that Morales has flown out to Brainy. Brainy might have his number.
Brainy took that one, though. That was a foul ball the whole way. He got a good jump. Slid in there to make the catch.
Making it look too easy. The 0-1. A bouncer to the mound. It's fielded by Rodriguez. Throw to second in time. The whip to first. Also there. The double play for the Mariners caps off what would have been, or what seemed to be, a dangerous kind of offensive momentum boost from the Commodores with 2 aboard. But Rodriguez, the pitcher, gloving that ball at the knees, throwing it to second, and then the throw to first as well. So heading into the top of the fourth, still knotted up at 0 apiece. Stick around on Cape League TV.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the Rental Source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Welcome to Falmouth. Thank you for spending your late afternoon now into Monday night with us. Alongside Gino Antamarino, I'm Luke Brenneman. It's time for the 4th inning here at Gov Fuller Field. No score between the Mariners and Commodores. Due up for Harwich, Becker, Maloney, Jaffe. That's 3, 4, and 5. So the heart of the order, trying to get something going. First pitch, a strike right at the top of the zone, strike 1. TJ Coates cruising through 3, 2 strikeouts, just 1 hit. Did strand 2 runners in the top of the first. Back-to-back fastballs at the top of the zone for strikes. So quickly ahead of Becker, 0-2.
Definitely an interesting part of the lineup for the Mariners. Becker has been really solid offensively.
0-2 in a similar spot, just a little bit higher. 1-2, a nice take from Eric Becker.
And then Maddox Maloney, sorry, not to cut you off. Maddox Maloney on deck, someone that struggled yesterday, but is only destined to have more success.
1-2 in the dirt. Count is now worked even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Talked about Maloney on deck. Moving up from 5th now to 4th in the order. They know that there's some pop in the Oregon Ducks bat. This has been the best Mariner so far for average. Becker fouls one off. 2-2. Getting a little bit chilly here at Gov Fuller Field. Temperatures around 55, 60 degrees. Feel a little bit of that wind coming off the ocean, and
yeah,
tickles you a little bit. The 2-2 pitch. Check swing. He went around. Strike 3. The 3rd strikeout for Coates to kick off the 4th inning.
So Becker retired for the 2nd time today. Uncharacteristic for him. Had 3 hits in yesterday's game. Also a walk. Looked really solid.
Here's a guy looking for a hit, Maloney. First pitch swing, and they popped him up. Coming in from third base is Kyle Morrison underneath and making the routine catch for out number 2. So quickly 2 outs after the first pitch pop up from Maloney and strikeout from Becker. And it's the first baseman, Jordan Jeffy.
Luke, you were talking about the weather here on Cape Cod, and one thing that I've realized, you can't really prep for the weather because, earlier in the day it's nice, it's sunny, it's warm, but I was wearing pants and a quarter zip just getting ready for this evening because that's usually when things cool off.
Need a little bit more than a quarter zip, especially the deeper we go into this one tonight. I'm a little chilly in the Mariner quarter zip right now. First pitch, a ball to Jaffe high. Swings at the 1-0, fouls it back into the netting.
How about these quarter zips, though? Very nice. I love this this red. Not as nice as these baby blue uniforms, though.
1-1, just a little bit low. 2-1. Jaffe grounded out to short to end the first in his first plate appearance. That was that web gem from Ben Royo. 2-1. Wow, that just missed somewhere. 3 balls and 1 strike.
I like what I'm seeing out of Jaffe so far. One of the things that I've noticed these last 2 games is sometimes his confidence looks a little bit off as he digs into the batter's box, but looks good here.
3-1, too high. A nice at bat, draws a 5-pitch walk. And the Mariners have a 2-out base runner in a scoreless ball game in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, great patience from Jaffe. Didn't like any of the pitches he saw and got the walk. That's exactly what you need to do. You don't have to swing for the fences. Just get on base.
Now here's a chance for Nico Brini. Hyped it up in the pregame that Brini was bumped up in the order. He's hitting 6th today and playing left. Already made a couple nice plays. They throw over to first. No tag on Jaffe. Dives in safely. 2 outs, 1 on, no score. Top of the 4th, Commodores v. Mariners in Game 3 of the Cape League Summer. First pitch swinging on the check swing. Not sure exactly what just happened here. Is that catcher's interference?
I believe they called a strike.
So the runner, Jaffe, was going to second because the ball got away, so it was a strike. So it looks like he was plunked by the pitch in the left-handed batter's box. So no balls, 1 strike to Nico Brini with 1 on and 2 out. Everybody gets settled back in before the pitch. Another check on first with Jaffe. Wow, TJ Coates has a nice move. Completely turning his body around, the right-hander, to check on the runner at first. Jaffe, a healthy lead over there. The 0-1 pitch. In the dirt, 1-1.
But going back, Luke, to what you were saying, yeah, that was really kind of awkward. I don't even know how to describe it because Brini threw his bat, so they were telling him not to throw his bat. There was a lot of talks going on in the field, so didn't really know what was happening.
And now there is time called behind the plate from home plate umpire Jake Brick. The wind rifling through our crowd mic behind home plate here. 1 ball, 1 strike to Nico Brini. Got moved up in the order for situations like this. The 1-1 in the 4th, too high. 2 balls and 1 strike. No score in Falmouth. Kyle Wolf is on deck, the designated hitter, if we get there. Runner at first. After a 2-out walk is Jordan Jaffe. He takes his lead. Coates trying to find the zone. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss with the breaking ball at the knees. Strike 2.
I'm waiting for that big-time hit from Brini. He's made contact on pretty much all of his at-bats. Yeah, has not struck out yet this season.
Pitch clock violation. The count is now 3 balls and 2 strikes. The runner will be in motion here from first. That's Jaffe. The 3-2 pitch just caught a piece foul. So Jaffe will be in motion once again. I mentioned Kyle Wolf on deck. Brini popped up to third base in foul territory to kick off the 2nd inning, trying to extend something here with a 2-out base runner in the 4th.
That's the thing about Brini is he hardly, I won't say it, I won't jinx it.
Payoff pitch, Strike three, got him looking. Right atop the zone, the off-speed pitch just dripped in there and fooled Nico Brini. That's the third time, or now the fourth time, that Harwich has struck out this afternoon. We head to the bottom of the fourth when we come back on the Mariners Radio Network.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Welcome back to Falmouth. Right on the opening portion of the Cape. Game 3 of Summer 2025 alongside Gino Antamarino. I'm Luke Brenneman. The Commodores and Mariners, both 1-1 coming into this one. Both teams coming off a loss last night. Mariners fell 4-1 in Hyannis. Commodores blew a 3-2 lead in the ninth to Brewster. First pitch to Kyle Morrison outside for ball one. The arm for Harwich, it's Freddie Rodriguez, the starter, back out there for his fourth inning of action. No score. 1-0 pitch, rolled foul, 1-1.
Yeah, both these teams are pretty similar, Luke, in that both with 1-1 records. I know it's only been 2 games so far in the summer. It's hard to compare, but it just seems like both these teams kind of dealing with the same offensive woes, but for the most part, really solid defensively.
The 1-1 pitch to Kyle Morrison. Right at the bottom of the zone, strike 2. Morrison didn't like it. Steps out of the batter's box, has a word with the home plate umpire, Jake Brick. Another word. And taps the bat on the plate, points it right at Rodriguez, fixes the helmet, and is looking to protect. 1-2, nobody out. Bottom 4, Rodriguez, the big kick and the pitch. Breaking ball, foul tip. Wow, that's coming in at 73 with the curveball. Rodriguez, just a change of speeds. Talked about it, not a pump it in there with serious gas type of arm, but always keeping guys off balance.
Yeah, I don't know how Morrison got any sort of contact on that ball. I mean, he was in a squat position trying to get some wood on it, and he did, so he stays alive.
Morrison walked in the first. The 1-2 again. Hard hit towards right. Coming in is Feinberg and making the running play for out number 1. Wow, a good jump from Harrison Feinberg in right. That ball was hit hard.
Yeah, he certainly took off. The outfielders for the Mariners I've really been impressed with. Nico Brini, Trey Broussard, Harrison Feinberg. They've got wheels on them. Any of those guys can really just get moving. And there haven't been a ton of balls that have dropped in that area.
Here's John Smith. First pitch too high with the off speed. 1-0. Smith grounded out to Jaffe at first. It was a nice play from Jaffe. That ended the first inning. Smith, a right-handed hitter, ahead 1-0. Spits on a slider, low and away. 2 balls and no strikes to John Smith. Smith is in the transfer portal right now. Gino, you mentioned his 2025 season. He broke out. Led the team with a .382 batting average at South Alabama. The 2-0 pitch. Ground ball left side. Coming in Maloney at short. Going to be a tough play. He made it. The Oregon shortstop stayed calm the entire way and beat Smith. Doesn't run for tremendous speed, but was still booking it down the line, and Maloney beat him.
Just so smooth from Maloney, and that's the defensive presence that you're getting from him over at short. He's a guy that the ball's hit anywhere in his vicinity, he's going to get there, and he's going to make the play.
Rodriguez cruising into the fourth, giving up just 2 hits. It was the 2 in the third before he got out of a first and second nobody out jam. Double play ball ended the inning. He was the trigger man of it, went 1-4-3. First pitch strike to Kent Schmidt.
Maloney right now lined up a few feet away from the second base bag on the right side.
0-1, bounces off the plate, picked by the catcher Minnick. 1-1. Nobody on, 2 outs, scoreless in the bottom of the fourth at Gov Fuller Field. Both of these teams struggling offensively in their first 2 games, but have managed to pick up a win. Who will break through tonight? A slow start. Rodriguez on the bump for the Mariners. The 1-1 pitch, too high, 2-1. Looks like Rodriguez has a curveball that comes in around 72. A slider closer to 75 to 77, and then the fastball right around 88 to 90. The 2-1 pitch. Ground ball, hard hit to Jaffe. Jaffe was there on the right side of the infield. Steps on the bag for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. Rodriguez cruising through 4. We'll be back for the top of the 5th on the Mariners Radio Network.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
First pitch was at 6:01 on the dot. It's now 6:58 here in Falmouth, Massachusetts. Alongside Gino Antamarino, I'm Luke Brenneman. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Mariners. Yes, that's correct. It's the top of the 5th. Cruising in a pitcher's duel between T.J. Coates for the Commodores and Freddie Rodriguez for the Mariners. Kyle Wolf, the designated hitter, steps in after striking out in his first plate appearance in the second inning. Wolf getting his second start of the season, was off yesterday. First pitch swing, a weak pop-up to the first baseman, Kent Schmidt. 1 pitch, 1 out. Tyler Minnick, the catcher, comes to the plate.
Yeah, Kent Schmidt, the first baseman, didn't even have to move that time. Literally just stood there, watched the ball go up in the air, and then right into his glove.
The downside of swinging at the first pitch, weak contact, pop up in foul territory. We've seen that a couple times. It just feels like, man, could have got settled into that bat, made this guy Coates work out there, but he's dealing right now. The 0-1 is chopped foul, and quickly behind no balls and 2 strikes is the catcher Minnick. Tyler Minnick, the athletic catcher from Middle Tennessee, coming off a year at Middle Tennessee State, hitting .306, 18 extra base hits, knocked in 38. Fastball upstairs, makes it a 1-2 count. Shintaro Inoue on deck, rounding out the Mariner order. The 1-2 swing and a miss. He was fooled on the breaking ball. Coates got him swinging, And that's the 5th time today in the top of the 5th the Mariners have gone down via the strikeout.
Yeah, this is a tough part of the order for the Mariners, but someone that I think can turn things around is Shintaro Inoue, up to bat right now. Had a couple of really solid at-bats yesterday. Steve Englert came out to talk to him, settled him in, and from there looked calm, cool, and collected.
Gino, did you just see that? Inoue walked into the left-handed batter's box, had a word with the home plate umpire, looked at the Mariner bench, and the pitch just came in the zone. He wasn't even ready. Thankfully, it was a ball high. A strike clips the outer part of the strike zone to make it a 1-1 count now. But Inoue then proceeded to smile because he was caught off guard. But the 1-1 pitch, upstairs 2-1.
I did notice that, yeah.
Inoue may secretly think that it may be 1-1 right now, but yes, that first pitch did count and was thankfully out of the zone, or he might be in some trouble. 2-1. Hard hit ball towards left. Going back is the left fielder Schmidt. At the track, looking up, it ricochets off the wall. This is extra bases for Inoue. A stand-up 2-out double. And Shintaro Inoue showing off the effortless power, going the other way for 2.
Yeah, just an excellent hit from Inoue. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, Luke, I think that first pitch he got, maybe he did that intentionally. Maybe he was trying to send a message.
Games.
Yeah.
All right.
Who knows? But, I mean, as soon as that first pitch whistled in, he kind of cracked a grin. Like, yeah, it's what I meant to do. And then with that double, I mean, that was beautiful.
Nice piece of hitting from Inoue. He stays hot. Had an RBI walk last night, a single in the 9th inning. And now with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, first pitch swinging fouled back is Trey Broussard. See, moments like this, it's quickly the 5th inning. Has a lot of magnitude. A 2-out runner in scoring position, the top of the order up for Harwich. You can find a hole, a slot for a base hit, and drive in Inoue from second. Certainly in command in the middle innings. The pitcher, Coates, gets the signal from Quattrani. 0-1, chopped foul again. 0-2 to Broussard. Harwich dugout hyping up Trey Broussard. Steve Englert said, get us up right here. Mariners looking for their first lead. And now the last 13 innings. Did not ever have a lead in Hyannis last night. The 0-2 pitch, too high, 1-2.
Yeah, I trust in Broussard to get something going. I always look forward to him stepping in because this is a guy that, you know, when he makes contact, he can really drive the ball. And with Inoue in scoring position, this could be a good spot for him.
The 2-strike pitch. Swinging and a miss, strike 3. Man, that off-speed pitch is working for T.J. Coates. That's his 6th strikeout. We're through 4.5. And the bottom of the 5th, the Commodores look to break the 0-0 tie in Falmouth.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the Rental Source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
New pitcher for the Mariners. No score. Entering the bottom of the 5th here in Falmouth, Commodores v. Mariners, it's Thomas Shirtliff. the right-hander out of Penn, standing at 6'2". He's from Medfield, Mass., so he knows the magnitude of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Potentially even stopped by, spent some time out here watching games as a kid. But now it's the real deal, coming off a heck of a year at Penn, a 3.04 ERA in over 26 innings of action. Struck out 37 to just 14 free passes. His first opportunity in the league this summer.
Yeah, and what a performance from Freddie Rodriguez, who started on the bump for the Mariners. Pitched for 4 innings, gave up just 2 hits, no runs, a walk, 2 strikeouts. Excellent way to start things off for the Mariners. And hopefully Shirtleff can kind of take that momentum with him. I'm sure he can.
Shirtleff's going to have to deal with Chris Newstrom, Bull Meisel, and Mark Quattrani. That is 6, 7, and 8 in Jared Saltalamakia's order. Just his first season here in Falmouth. Saltalamakia did not play in the Cape Cod Baseball League throughout his journey growing up as a collegiate baseball player before having a double-digit year career, World Series champion in 2013 as a Boston Red Sox. But he's trying to wake up the bats for Falmouth. Just 5 hits on the season coming into this game. They're without an extra base hit. Don't have one tonight either. First pitch, strike on the outside corner to start Newstrom.
Yeah, and I think he can certainly do that. Coach Salty getting his guys going. And, I mean, you talk to any of these Falmouth guys, they have so much respect for their skipper, obviously. And I think it's just like we've been talking about, it's just getting used to these wooden bats.
No balls and 1 strike the count to Chris Newstrom playing center today for Salty's Commodores. 0-1, too low, 1-1. Talked about Newstrom coming out of Phoenix, Arizona. He said, I'm just having fun playing baseball. I mean, I dreamed about this since I was little. And his head coach at Tennessee, Tony Vitello, says he's got a lot of self-belief and an extreme amount of athleticism. The athlete in the right-handed batter's box fouls one off over the Commodore dugout. He's behind 1 ball and 2 strike.
And if Shirtleff can get this strikeout here, that would be awesome for him. Making his Mariner debut. Picking up right where Rodriguez left off.
Shirtleff in the baby blue Mariner uniform. Brings the glove off of his chest as he kicks the left foot and deals. A roller down the third base line. The play's made at third. The throw in time. A nice play from Becker over at the hot corner. Wow, these infielders, specifically at short with Maloney and now Becker moving from short to third. A lot of talent on that left side for Harwich.
Absolutely, but, I mean, also give some credit to Inoue and Jaffe on the right side. Inoue, the second baseman, Jaffe, the first. I mean, they've also made some great plays. That play from Inoue yesterday off that kind of weird hop. Had this pirouette move to haul it in, and then Jaffe's made a few plays in today's game as well.
Bull Meisel takes a first pitch ball inside. Meisel, the left-handed hitter. He's DHing today. A lot of power from the left side. Waggles the bat right behind his helmet. The 1-0. High and outside, 2-0. 1 out, nobody on. A 2-0 count to Meisel. Bottom 5 at Gov Fuller Field. No score. Shirtleff looking to find the zone here. 2-0 pitch. Too high. 3 balls and no strikes.
We talked about, Luke, how fast this game has gone, and I think that's just a true credit to the pitching and the defenses. Seems like all these games that we've gone through over the last few days have been quick.
3-0 in the strike zone for strike number 1. Meisel taking the whole way. So now 3 balls and 1 strike. Meisel ready to swing the bat. Got to be thinking and sitting fastball here. The Mariners are shifted towards the right side. Inoue in the outfield grass at second. To the right of the second base bag is the shortstop Maloney. Becker, the only defender on the left side of the infield. The 3-1, a healthy swing and a miss, strike 2.
And that's the toughest thing also with these batters having to get acclimated to is they're going up against stiff competition on the mound almost every at-bat.
Harrison Feinberg, the right fielder for Harwich, playing awfully deep. The payoff pitch. Got him looking on the inside corner, strike 3. That's one way to battle back for Shurtleff. Was behind 3-0, pounded the zone 3 consecutive times, and strikes out Meisel looking. Wow, what a bounce back there.
Just beautifully executed from Shurtleff. Showing off the poise, getting the strikeout like you talked about down in the count, but it doesn't matter.
So Shurtleff, 2 up, 2 down to start his outing in relief here. No score, bottom 5. The batter is Quattrani. Swing and a miss, strike 1 at the slider away. A nice pitch from Shurtleff to start out the Commodore catcher. Quattrani singled to start the 3rd inning. Then Schmidt right after him singled. And that's when Rodriguez ended the inning with a nice double play. The only offensive action for Falmouth so far, back-to-back swinging strikes. Shurtleff ahead 0-2.
Shurtleff taking a deep breath. He's got so much confidence out there.
Yeah, he's in a groove right now for good reason. The 0-2 pitch. He didn't offer at the slider in the dirt. Now 1-2. Mark Quattrani hitting from the right side. Quattrani currently in the portal. Played last season at Cornell. Behind 1-2, Shurtleff. The pitch hit high towards left center. Who's going to make the play? It's going to be the center fielder, Broussard. Wow, that one stayed up there for a while. But a 1-2-3 fifth for Shurtleff out of relief. The game stays tied. No score here in Falmouth. We'll be back with the 6th inning on the Mariners Radio Network.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financing journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
It doesn't say anything on.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or...
Welcome back to Falmouth. A chilly, windy, overcast night here at Gov Fuller Field. Alongside Gino Antamarino, I'm Luke Brenneman. No score as we enter inning number 5. Inning number 6 here. Wow, this game is flying.
It
2,
really
3,
is.
and 4 up for the Mariners. Feinberg, Becker, Maloney. New arm for Falmouth is the right-hander Devin Sheeran. Transferred from Mount St. Mary's after a nice season in 2024, and now he's an LSU Tiger. Did not pitch in 2025. Misses inside to Feinberg. 1-1 count. First pitch painted the outer corner for a strike looking. Feinberg has not offered at either pitch. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Wow. It's becoming quite common on a couple swing and misses in this game. The catcher, Mark Quattrani, the ball's just popping out of his mitt.
Yeah, it just seems like he hasn't really gotten great grip as he's looking down at his glove right now. But Devin Sheeran, I'm really interested to see what he's got. Big guy, stands at 6'5".
1-2 pitch, chopped foul. Wow, he jammed Feinberg there. I think that's one of those tough ones where now with the wood bat you get jammed. You feel it a whole lot more than you did for Feinberg at Northeastern.
These guys make it look effortless too, right?
I mean, Sheeran, a lot of power, 6'5", 250. The right-hander from Reading, Pennsylvania, and he plunked him in the arm with the 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Sheeran has his hands on his knees, his mouth wide open, now turning into a sarcastic, mocking smile and grin. So a leadoff base runner for Harwich. Home plate umpire Jake Brick said it hit him. I think they may have thought it caught the bottom of the bat.
That's, to be honest with you, Luke, that's what I thought it was initially. But, hey, if you're a Mariners fan, you'll take it for sure.
Everything about the Cape says old school besides the young players, so no replay review here. He takes first. Because that's what home plate umpire said. First pitch, swing, and Becker goes the other way, foul. So representative of the Commodores outside of their dugout, pointing, telling the outfielders to shift towards the left field line, specifically directing Newstrom in center. He's now telling the right fielder, Smith, to come towards him. So they're saying Becker can go the other way. Runner goes the 0-1, put into play. Off the pitcher's mitt to second. The second baseman, Morales, makes the play and throws out Becker at first. Getting into second with ease is Feinberg. He was running on the play. So a runner in scoring position with one out in the top of the sixth. Here's the cleanup hitter, Maddox Maloney.
From Oregon, number 39.
Yeah, one out. Definitely, you'll take that if you're Becker, right? You advance the runner, Feinberg to second, and now out comes Maloney, who's gotten a single today. Can advance Feinberg even more.
Had an infield hit in the first pitch in the dirt, it gets away. And here's a real opportunity in the first with runner at third and one out as Feinberg advances. Got away from Quattrani behind the dish. And Maloney was in this spot last night with the bases loaded, just looking to put one in the outfield, a sacrifice fly. This could break the tie. He struck out yesterday. Let's see what he has in Falmouth. 1 ball, no strikes. Sheeran the pitcher. This one's skied, but it's going to stay in the infield. Underneath is the shortstop, Royo. He makes the play for the second out of the inning.
It's tough. If that ball had a little bit more carry on it, that would have been obviously ideal because that would have brought home Feinberg. But yeah, just an infield flyout, almost as good as a strikeout because Feinberg just left stranded on third.
It's a good point, Gino. Here's Jordan Jaffe. Looking for a 2-out base knock. Just driving a run, first pitch swinging. It gets away. Feinberg coming to the plate. Play at the plate. He's safe. Quattrani made a nice effort to come to the backstop and threw it to Sheeran covering the plate. But Feinberg dives in safely. And just like that, the Mariners have a 1-0 lead on the road in the sixth.
Wow, just beautiful base running from Feinberg. And honestly, I think that height from Sheeran might have served him a disadvantage there because of how far he had to come down to tag him. Feinberg sprawling out, just beat out the tag.
That's going to be ruled as a pass ball, and that's right on cue with what we were talking about in the earlier at-bats of this inning. The ball just getting away from Quattrani's mitt where it hits the strike zone. That one was a ball. 2-0 the count now to Jaffe. 3-0 with a fastball high. So nobody on, 2 outs, a 1-0 Harwich lead. And a 3-1 count. Yes, it was a strike. Scoreboard's having all kinds of issues now. Swing and a miss to Jaffe.
Yeah, and Sheeran dealing fast now, and he just has to know that these pitches, you got to put him right there. Obviously, that's what he's trying to do, but, with Quattrani having some troubles gloving the ball, don't want to risk it.
2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3 with the high heat. That's tough for Sheeran. A leadoff hit batsman, that's Feinberg, comes around to score, and the Mariners have broken the seal in the 6th. 1-0 Harwich leads. We'll be back for the Commodores due up in the bottom half of the inning on the Mariners Radio Network.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the Rental Source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the possible.
We're back at Gov Fuller Field. The Mariners score on a passed ball. How about the base running from Feinberg? Was stealing second base on a ball put in play from Becker, so he stayed on second on the ground out from Becker. Then he took third on a wild pitch, took home on a pass ball, and sometimes that's what it takes to break a scoreless ball game. The Mariners up 1-0 in the bottom of the 6th. Here's Carl Schmidt. First pitch swinging, chopper up the gut. Shintaro coming in from second base, throwing across his body. He made the play. One pitch, one out. Well done, Inouye.
Just beautiful. Just charging, making the nab around his waist. And then, like you were saying, that throw across the body, I mean, that's tough.
Shirtliff still the pitcher for Harwich. A 1-2-3 fifth in relief of Freddie Rodriguez, going 4 innings, 2 hit, no run baseball to start the ball game for the Mariners. The lineup turns over. It's Antonio Morales up for Falmouth. First pitch in the zone, strike 1.
And I was really impressed with Shirtliff coming in the last frame. Looked poised, looked confident. Got a strikeout, too.
He's cruising right now, as recorded now. 4 outs, is ahead 0-1 to the leadoff hitter, who pushes one the other way into left for a hit. The first hit sacrificed from Thomas Shirtliff. And a 1-out base runner trailing by 1 for Ben Royo in the 6th.
Third hit of the day for the Commodores. Harwich with just 1. Both teams trying to find their rhythm. Commodores still not at the point where they would feel comfortable, going the rest of the season in terms of the hitting numbers, but definitely a step up for them.
Starts off Royo with a breaking ball, a nice block behind the plate. Minnick, that one skipped right into his chest protector, and he kept it in front. Runner at first. Morales can't go anywhere. Antonio Morales does have speed over at first base. Feels like every base runner in this game, it's a lot of magnitude. The Mariners with a 1-run advantage on just 1 hit. Falmouth has not scored. 3 hits. Runner goes. Ball is put into play towards left center, a fly ball. Back on it is Brini. Towards the warning track, he makes the catch. Morales able to get back into first with ease as that one hung up for a while.
It did.
So a big second out from Shirtliff. And here's the third hitter. In Saltalamacchia's order, Kyle Morrison.
A lot of these balls, Luke, seem like they've just really been hanging in the air. Not a ton of solid contact, but these balls just really just traveling.
Morales was running on the fly out to Brini and left. We'll see if he tries to go with 2 outs. First pitch, he's going. This one's put into play, but foul. So swung on and pushed over the Mariner dugout for strike 1. This is Kyle Morrison. He walked in the first and flew out to right in the 4th. Got a good piece on that fly out to Feinberg in the 4th. If he can find a gap here, we could have a tie ball game with Morales obviously having speed, but also running on just about every pitch. Doesn't go. 0-1. Hard hit towards left center. Brini was shifted towards center field. He makes the play. And Shirtliff, another scoreless frame. The Mariners hold on to a 1-run advantage. We head to 7 on the Mariners radio network. It'll be Gino Antamarino with you the rest of the way.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they are ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Welcome back to Falmouth, folks. Alongside Luke Brenneman, I'm Gino Antamarino from Gov Fuller Field. Heading into the top of the 7th, 6, 7, 8 due up in the Mariners order. Nico Brini leading things off with Kyle Wolf on deck and Tyler Minnick in the hole. Coming out for his second inning of work, Devin Sheeran, the right-handed pitcher, works from the first base side of the rubber.
See if the Mariners, bottom of the order, can get something going here. You now got a 1-run lead, maybe less pressure in the batter's box, up by a tally. But, you know, Brini's got some pop.
First pitch to the lefty, Brini, fouled off third base side.
But all of these guys hitless so far. I mean, the Mariners just have 1 hit, but sometimes that's all you need, a 1-run lead against the Commodores. You know, Steve Englert would certainly like a couple insurance runs.
The 0-1 blasted high in the air, again foul third base side, and tails out of play. Brini quickly down 0-2 in the count. Pretty comical, the height disparity between the two. Brini standing at 5'9", Sheeran on the bump, like I was saying, 6'5". But on Falmouth's website, they got him listed at 6'7". I don't know if he's quite 6'7", Luke.
He's huge.
It's the 0-2, low and away, ball 1. Certainly is, and he can bring the power. Brini so far in this game, 0 for 2. Fly out and a strikeout. The 1-2 pitch fouled off straight back. And this is a guy that doesn't strike out a ton. This past season at Wofford had just 16 punch-outs. Had a .304 average, 51 hits. Through 51 games played. First time he struck out this summer. The 1-2 again fouled off. This is a guy that just makes contact.
You know what I'm looking forward to now that we're entering the final 3 innings of this game, Gino? Who is Steve Englert going to go to with a 1-run lead down the stretch? They had a 6-run advantage after the first inning against Bourne. who are his better arms? Who does he trust? This is going to be a fun one.
Certainly is. A hard grounder to short. Ben Royo collects, throws across the diamond, not in time. Excellent running from Nico Brini, beating out the throw from Royo at short. And there's one aboard in the top of the 7th.
Here we go. Get on base with an infield hit. That's Brini's game. They were playing him back. He goes the other way. Beat it out. I think it's a throw from Royo. Wouldn't have skipped in the dirt. I think it beats him. It was a nice pick at first base from Schmidt, but obviously the ball bouncing slows it down. It was a bang-bang play nonetheless. And the Mariners have a leadoff base runner.
Certainly a throw that Royo maybe would have liked to have back. Didn't get all of it on that throw across the diamond. A quick throw back to first. Not in time. Nico Brini dives back with his right hand first. Kyle Wolf, the designated hitter for the Mariners, digs in from the right side. His first pitch. Brini goes from first. Called a strike at the plate. The throw to second. Not in time. Nico Brini stealing second successfully, diving with his right hand first. And just like that, the Mariners have another runner in scoring position after getting their lone run of the day in the top of the 6th.
This completely changes the approach now of Kyle Wolf in the batter's box. Put the ball in play. A ground ball to the other side does the job. You got to get this runner over to third.
The 0-1. Lifted high in the air, deep left field. Carl Schmidt on his way towards the wall. And it's a home run! Kyle Wolf sending this ball over the wall. And the Mariners increase their lead 3-0 off that 2-run shot from Kyle Wolf.
How about that? We saw the power in the scrimmage at YD. Effortless. The pole hitter tugs one right inside the left field foul pole. And just like that, an infield hit and a blast. And the Mariners have a 3-run lead in the 7th. Well done, Kyle Wolf. Wow. The approach there was simple. He was patient and just turned on the fastball on the inner part of the plate. That didn't look like a home run to me, Gino, but got out of here
had
quick.
Some carry. Kyle Wolf, 8 home runs this past season at Boston College. Second pitch to Tyler Minnick, and he takes it off the head. Tyler Minnick down in a catcher stance right now, away from the plate. Steve Englert comes out to check on his catcher. Definitely a scary sight.
He started holding his hand, and they're now touching his left hand. I almost wonder, because the pitch was right at his head.
Right.
I almost
and I
wonder
heard
if
a
he
clank.
threw up his hands to protect himself, and it caught his hand. And I know he may be injured, but that could be best case scenario. The ball was coming right at his face.
Yeah. Mariners trainer Amanda Lusky checking things over off his left hand. It just happened in an instant. So tough to really see, where that ball hit initially. I just heard the clank. Sounded like it hit off of the helmet. But Minnick now heads over to first. Kind of opening and closing his left hand. I'm sure that one stung, and you could hear a pin drop here at Gov Fuller Field. Everyone just kind of holding their breath, making sure it wasn't anything really serious.
It's the best part about this league, too, is as everybody roots for their own town and team, maybe where they have family on the team. You want to win. It's competitive as it gets. But in situations like this, these kids have aspirations and futures bigger than the Cape Cod Baseball League. So obviously hope everyone's okay, and Minnick stays in the game.
As the first pitch to Shintaro Inoue gets away from catcher Quattrani, and that advances Minnick to second.
Mariners, some serious momentum. Back-to-back hits, the big fly being the second of 2, then a hit batsman.
Seemed like in the last 2 games, the offense has really started to click in the latter parts. As the second pitch on Inouye, he went for the bunt, just missed high. 2 balls, no strikes.
I don't know about you, Gino, but I really like Shintaro Inoue. He's just a cool dude. He's always smiling, in a good mood, shaking his head.
He really does. 2-0, fouled straight back. Had that beautiful push double in his last at-bat. After we were joking, maybe he did it on purpose. He took a pitch, his first pitch, wasn't even looking at the mound, was looking back at home plate of umpire Jake Brick. As that pitch came whistling in, thankfully for him it was a ball, but we were joking. Maybe he did that on purpose because later in that at-bat he got the double.
All right, 3-1 count now to Inoue. If I'm Shintaro, you're coming off a double, you got a runner in scoring position. I'm strapping in here and ready to unleash on a fastball down the heart of the plate.
The 3-1 Inoue. Swing and a miss. Now a full count to Inouye, but he heard you talking, Luke.
I mean, he got it. 96. Right up the gut.
3-2 count to Inouye with Minnick on second. The payoff pitch. Lifted high in the air, down the left field line. It just drops foul. Inouye pushing a lot of these balls.
Yeah, going the other way, but that's sometimes the way to do it. It's hard to catch up to 95 as a pull hitter. So just put bat to ball, throw your hands at it, especially the high heat, and just pray that you can barrel it, because as fast as it comes in, it comes off. And that one was hit hard just milliseconds late, or it would have been fair down the left field line.
Sheeran kicks and fires. This time lifted high in the air, right center field. Chris Newstrom back at the wall, makes the head-high catch for the first out of the frame. Tyler Minnick advances to third off that sac fly.
That is good baseball. He killed that ball to right. Simple tag up. I thought it was going to be extra bases. Got to give Smith credit and right. He had got a good jump on that, moving towards the right field line. And that's as good as a bunt. It's as good as a ground out the other way. It gets the runner to third. And now when you're up 3, the pressure's off, but making life a little bit easier on the other Mariners.
First pitch for Trey Broussard, a swing and a miss, strike 1.
It's a guy who's due for a hit. Hitless tonight, didn't have a hit last night in Hyannis.
0 for 2 on the day with a walk is Broussard. As he gets set from the left side. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Strike 2. But Broussard has had some sparks coming off the bat. The first game against the Braves. Had that leadoff double in that first frame. That was first he scored the first run of the day, in which was a 6-run inning for the Mariners. As that pitch way up high for ball 1. Mariners eventually essentially rode that 6 runs the rest of the way to get their first win of the season. That was a few days ago, and currently up 3-0 to Falmouth, trying to get the win here. As a strikeout to Broussard off that fastball. Just caught him on the outside.
That's a big strikeout right there. Keeps this a 3-run game.
2 strikeouts for Devin Sheeran in today's game. Came in relief to TJ Coates in the 6th frame.
See if Feinberg can get a knock. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Feinberg does not have a hit. Yes, that's accurate. As a Mariner, has started in now all 3 games. Good base running. He's been the difference so far.
Scored the first run today. His first pitch upstairs for ball 1. So with 2 outs in the top of the 7th, and with Minnick on third, after the Mariners catcher was hit by a pitch, got to second off of a wild pitch, and then a shot from Inouye. It was a fly out, but it advanced Minnick to third. So that's where he stands. And the second pitch for Feinberg, a swing and a miss. 1-1 count with 2 outs. The pitch. Blasted foul. Right field side. And lands on a nearby basketball court where I saw a few kids playing basketball earlier. Now that the sun has gone away, they've kind of departed, maybe started to watch the end of this game.
Maybe the NBA Finals tonight.
Yeah, that could be it too. The 1-2. Just making contact is Feinberg as it dribbles foul, first base side. I mean, just got the top of his bat on that ball.
This is where you can gain a lot of trust in your teammates. Broussard strikes out just trying to put the ball in play and get an RBI. If Feinberg can find a hole and get on.
The pitch to Feinberg. Line to short off the first hop. No, rather it's a line out from Royo. Just got his glove underneath it. A beautiful play. And so that will be the end of the frame. Heading into the bottom of the 7th, the Mariners up 3-0 after a 2-run homer from Kyle Wolf in this frame. Brought home Nico Brini. And so the Mariners trying to hang on. Can they do it? Stick around on Cape League TV to find out.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Welcome back to Gov Fuller Field alongside Luke Brenneman. I'm Gino Antamarino. Heading into the bottom of the 7th between the Mariners and the Commodores. Harwich up 3-0 after a 2-run shot from designated hitter Kyle Wolf. Brought home, obviously, himself and Nico Brini. The offense for the Mariners really starting to click in the latter moments of this game, Luke.
Absolutely. It's all about not how many do you have or how big it was. I know it's the big fly with the home run, but when you have it, the later innings of a scoreless ball game for the Mariners, the pitching staff has done an unbelievable job, starting with this guy who's back out for his 3rd inning of work, Shirtliff. But Wolf, 2 more after the Feinberg pass ball to get home.
First pitch from Shirtliff to the right fielder, John Smith.
But it's felt like a team effort so far. The infield has been there for the pitching staff. The strikeout numbers aren't way up. And then good base running and 1 big fly. That's what it takes against a team that might not hit as well as everybody else in this league.
The 1-0 just hits the inner edge for strike 1. That first pitch was same placement in terms of how high up it was, but was away from John Smith in the right batter's box. That time it was just on the inner edge. So 1-1 count to Smith. Righty on righty matchup. The pitch blasted high in the air to center field. Trey Broussard takes a few steps back and makes the head high catch for out number 1.
There you go. Pitch into contact in the heart of the order with 4, 5, and 6. Don't have to strike everybody out. Don't have to blow them away. And I think it's a tale of 2 styles. You see Devin Sheeran coming in the game. Nobody has better stuff than him. Nobody throws harder than him. But the LSU kid just couldn't control it. The Mariners score their first run on a pass ball, obviously. little bit of the catcher's fault, but you run into one, and 3 hits for each team, but the Mariners have 3 runs.
Just needed that momentum. First pitch on Kent Schmidt. Went around for strike 1 off the breaking ball. Shirtleff has been solid after coming in for relief to starter Freddie Rodriguez in his 3rd inning of work. His second pitch, just low for ball 1. Shirtleff has just given up 1 hit on the day through those 3 innings of work.
Take a look around the league. Looks like Chatham is on their way to their first win of the summer, up 8-1 on Wareham. Brewster up 3-2 in the battle of the undefeated against Hyannis. It's the 5th inning there, too.
1-1. A hard hit grounder through the infield gap left side, and it's a base hit for Kent Schmidt. Just between third baseman Eric Becker and shortstop Maddox Maloney. And so Kent Schmidt gets aboard with just 1 out. In the bottom of the 7th, the Commodores need some momentum, and that might give them some life. Harwich obviously trying to shut the door. Just the 2nd hit that Shirtleff has given up in today's game. 4th hit for the Commodores on the day. First pitch to Newstrom. Called for a strike on the inner edge.
Well, Shirtleff is always going to give himself a chance if he keeps pounding with the first pitch strike. That's been working for him so far.
Shirtleff glances down at his glove. Now peers back at first. Readies the glove at the chest. 0-1 count with 1 out. Kicks and fires. Breaking ball just high. 1-1.
How about the game going on right now in YD? Knotted up at 4 in the bottom of the 8th with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. The Red Sox trying to beat Bourne.
Certainly is going to be a good game. Also the battle of the undefeateds, as you were talking about. This pitch, Newstrom lifts it high in the air, shallow right field. Harrison Feinberg sprints up ahead, gets underneath it, and makes the grab for out number 2.
2 flyouts. Shirtleff just needs 1 more. I would be surprised if we see Thomas Shirtleff go more than 3 innings, but not seeing any action down the left field line in the Mariner bullpen, so you never know. There are a few guys actually behind the outfield wall where the Wolf home run landed.
Something we'll keep an eye out for is the first pitch for Mizell. It's a grounder to Shintaro Inoue, who fields it at the chest, sidearms to first in time for out number 3. So 2 flyouts and a ground out for the Commodores. Left 1 stranded in Kent Schmidt after a single. With the Mariners trying to hang on to this 3-0 lead. Can they do it? Stick around on Cape League TV.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the Rental Source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
The Mariners trying to extend their lead up 3-0 over the Commodores. Approaching the top of the 8th alongside Luke Brenneman. I'm Gino Antamarino here on this nice brisk evening here in Falmouth. About 63 degrees. I thought it would drop a little bit colder, but you know, it's been quite comfortable. No sun, a lot of clouds, but Hasn't been too chilly out.
I don't know, Gino. Maybe I'm just a born and raised Arizona kid, but I'm freezing out here at Gov Fuller Field.
You gotta prep, start wearing pants and maybe a jacket to go over top of the quarter zip.
Well, the quarter zip's just so smooth. I don't want to take it off.
That's true. The red looks really sharp.
I mean, our producer, Dave, nobody wears the hot red better than Dave.
All three of us looking great as the second pitch on Becker just low and away for ball 2 after that first pitch from Sheeran was a little bit high.
Got Maeve over there, our social media intern, with the red puffer on.
Really repping the team.
Everybody's in red.
2-0 inside at the letters. 3-0 the count for Becker. Has not gotten on base in today's game yet.
Surprised that Sheeran's back out for a third inning of work after giving up the home run.
The 3-0. Whistles high and away. A 4-pitch walk to Becker. And so he will stroll out to first to take his base.
That's why. The command not there. That's why Feinberg scored in the 6th, his opening inning. He's actually had good stuff. He's really only gotten beat by 1 pitch, and that's the Wolf home run. Feinberg getting to second wasn't on him. Getting to third definitely wasn't on him, and then scoring on a pass ball too. So
the 6'5 LSU product deals from the mound. First pitch on Maddox Maloney. Called for a strike just inside. Maddox Maloney has reached base once off of a fielder's choice. That came in the first frame, but back-to-back flyouts in his last 2 at-bats. This one fouled straight back.
See if the Mariners can get something going here now in the top of the 8th. They expanded upon the 1 run in the 6th on the big fly, but now a leadoff base runner at a good part of the order here with the cleanup hitter up. Why not pour it on right now in the later innings?
Throw back to first. Becker back in, diving. Maddox Maloney, a rising junior. The Oregon Duck product. Named a top prospect for the 2026 MLB draft. Gets set for the 0-2. Inside, almost right at the face. For the first ball of the count, Maloney had to duck out of the way. Tyler Minnick in the last frame took a fastball right off the hand as he raised it to his head to try and block it from hitting his noggin, as you can say. Is the 1-2 swing and a miss for Maloney. So third strikeout of the day for Sheeran. Becker still on first after that walk. But you talked about, Luke, maybe questioning a little bit of the command from Sheeran after that 4-pitch walk to Becker, settling in nicely for the strikeout to Maloney.
Mariners have the lead, but they're back in the double-digit tally of strikeouts again tonight. That's the 10th.
First pitch to Jordan Jaffe. Looking strike in the bottom inside corner. 82-mile-per-hour breaking ball. Jordan Jaffe on today's game has a walk, a strikeout, and a ground out. Throw back to first, not in time. Becker, 5 stolen bases this past season at the University of Virginia. Has got caught stealing 4 times. So the percentage, not so great. As the second pitch on Jaffe, good eye, low and away. Rather a strike.
Yeah, he went around. It's a little bit of a check swing. Jaffe knew it too.
Fooled the scoreboard operator here at Gov Fuller Field as well as they reset.
Those Falmouth interns, man.
Obviously 0-2 now to Jaffe. Sheeran takes some time off the mound. Collects his breath. Just 1 out in the top of the 8th. Glances back at first to Becker. Glove at the belt. Fires. Called for strike 3. A looking strikeout to Jaffe. And that's back-to-back punch-outs for Sheeran. Give him 4 on the day. The relief pitcher for TJ Coates in his 3rd inning of work. It's looking a little bit shaky after that walk to Becker, but really started to show the poise there.
See if we can get Kyle Wolf another at-bat here with runners on. If Brini can get on, you're going to give the guy who's got the hot bat a chance with 2 on.
Becker goes from first. This pitch blasted foul, right field side. Nico Brini, his last at-bat you were talking about, gone on board because of a single and was brought home by Kyle Wolf off that home run shot. Exit velocity 92 miles per hour, 340 yards. Throw back to first, not in time. 350 feet, rather. 0-1 the count to Nico Brini. Mixing up my measuring units as Nico Brini lifts this one high in the air, right center field. Running over is the right fielder John Smith to record out number 3. So after Becker got on board after a walk, a strikeout to Maloney, to Jaffe, and then a fly out from Brini. But the Mariners still on top 3-0 heading into the bottom of the 8th. Stick around on Cape League TV.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Welcome back to Gov Fuller Field alongside Luke Brenneman. I'm Gino Antamarino. Heading into the bottom of the 8th, 8-9-1 due up in the Commodore lineup. Harwich trying to hang on to this 3-0 lead. Luke, what do the Mariners need to do to make sure that they hang on and take home win number 2 on the young summer?
Well, make Falmouth beat you. This is a team that just has 4 hits tonight. They're still without an extra base hit on the season. So no free passes. Certainly don't want to hit anybody. That was the way the Mariners scored their first run as a hit batsman made his way all the way around the diamond. So make Falmouth put the ball in play if they're going to plate 3 or 4 in the final 2 innings down to their final 6 outs. And that's what the Mariners have done so far on the pitcher's mound. No matter who it's been, they're attacking the zone. They're getting ahead early. And right now they're out-dueling the Commodores in a pitcher's battle.
Pitching change for the Mariners. Out comes Tazwell Butler. Just finished his season at Kansas State. 1-1 record. 6.75 ERA. He comes in for relief of Thomas Shirtliff. Pinched for 3 innings. Had a strikeout. Only gave up a couple of hits. Butler trying to secure this victory for the Mariners. His first pitch to Mark Quattrani from the left side. Whistles high for ball 1.
Have yourself an outing. Rodriguez and Shirtliff. Shirtliff just gave up 2 hits, went 3 scoreless. And this is what we were talking about, Gino. Who is Steve Englert going to go to?
Second pitch called for a strike.
To get the biggest outs of the ball game. Up 3-0, you got to hold on here. 2-1 is worlds different than a 1-2 start through 3 games. This team has played well. They've earned the right to win. Can they hold on?
1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And it's a pinch batter as David McCann comes in for Mark Quattrani. David McCann, a rising junior out of Virginia Tech. After Quattrani had a single and a fly out in today's game. McCann currently down in the count, 1-2. The pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout for Tazewell Butler.
You like that? A strikeout to start your summer in the Cape for the right-hander from Kansas City. That's the way you draw it up. Start with a first pitch strike. You attack him, a nice take. Bounce back, get ahead 1-2, and you finish him off on the outside corner.
Impressive stuff from Taz Butler. Deals from the right side of the rubber. Kicks and fires. A hard grounder through the right side for a base hit. Shintaro Inoue was playing more towards the bag, and that ball just hit a few feet towards his left. Couldn't get behind it. And so 1 aboard with 1 out for the Commodores in the bottom of the 8th.
The shift hasn't necessarily helped Harwich at all tonight. They were shifted towards second in the previous frame on a ground ball through the left side that would have been right at the typical shortstop position. Right there, in a way, too close to the second base bag.
First pitch for the one-spot hitter, Antonio Morales.
All right, this is big. I know it's later innings, big regardless. You want to hold on and win. But a runner on, top of the order up, first time pitching this summer in the Cape for Butler. See what he has against the best on Falmouth.
The 1-0. Rocket high in the air, foul, straight back.
Gino, if that one came just a little bit higher, you may have had a play down the third base line.
Absolutely.
I was already getting out of the way.
Yeah. I didn't bring my glove with me, unfortunately. Throw back to first, not in time.
Thought you guys from Pittsburgh were the men of steel. You can't stick your hand out there?
No, you got to protect the hands.
Ah, men of aluminum.
That would hurt. Another throw back to first, not in time. So you're telling me you would stick your hand out and make that catch?
100%.
Okay, we can test this after the game if you want.
I think we might have to catch up with Mr. Wolf after the game. Stay tuned on social media for that.
After that big-time home run, 1-1 pitch outside for ball 2. Wolf increased the Mariners' lead to 3 after their 2-run shot. 2-1 count for Antonio Morales. 1 runner on, and Carl Schmidt, the pitch, just high. Ball 3.
That's what I was talking about, Gino. Big pitch here, 3-1. Leadoff hitter, already a guy on first base. Schmidt's single. Make them beat you. If he puts one in the gap, so be it. Mariners offense has given you a 3-run advantage. Now with 5 outs to work with. No free passes, and I think Harwich is going to be okay.
Both teams sitting at 1-1 on the young summer. Butler fires. Lifted high in the air, dead center field. Trey Broussard, 1 step to his left, makes the catch for out number 2.
Way to attack. Challenged him. Fastball right down the middle. Morales a little bit late. Kind of got in on the skinny part of the bat. Popped him up to center. A big second out, but the job's not finished.
Carl Schmidt stayed at first. He didn't advance it to second, so Ben Royo comes out. 2 outs. He gets set from the right side. 0 for 3 on the day with a strikeout, a flyout, and induced a double play back in the 3rd inning. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Nice slider. Pitch started in the zone and actually fell into the left-handed batter's box. The perfect pitch against a right-handed hitter.
Clocked in at 85 mile per hour, as they're showing here on Gov Fuller Field. As home plate umpire Jake Brick calls time. Gives Butler some time to take a deep breath on the mound. And some time for Royo to step out of the box, collect his breath, and step back in. Butler with his glove at the belt, throws back to first. Not in time.
Close play at first. Nice move from Taz. How about Jaffe? Unselfish. He's playing everywhere. Seen him at first twice, saw him at third in the opening day game. He's a good infielder.
Can play anywhere. The 0-1 swing and a miss. Strike two. Runner goes from first. The throw to second. Not in time. Inoue thought he had. But Carl Schmidt sliding in with his right toe touching the bag first. It was a good throw from Minnick behind the plate. Inoue caught it, obviously in the dirt. Went to apply the tag, but Carl Schmidt just beat him by a hair. 0-2 the count for Ben Royo. Butler trying to retire him here with the strikeout. The pitch, and he's got him. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Butler, 2 strikeouts in that frame. Left the Commodores stranded on second, and Carl Schmidt. And the Mariners roll into the top of the 9th with a 3-0 lead. Maybe trying to add some salt to the wound. Stick around on Cape League TV to find out if they do.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
The Cape Cod Baseball League, the Massachusetts State Lottery is celebrating the games we love playing. The baseball time into the many lottery games that help support all 351 cities.
Welcome back to Gov Fuller Field, heading into the top of the 9th alongside Luke Brenneman. I'm Gino Antamarino. The Mariners trying to hang on to this 3-0 lead. And actually, maybe trying to add some salt to the wound. 7, 8, 9 due up in the Mariners order. Kyle Wolf leading things off. Had a 2-run homer in his last at-bat. Tyler Minnick on deck. Shintaro Inoue in the hole. First pitch. Cranked. Left field. It drops for a base hit. Left fielder Carl Schmidt there to get behind it after the first hop.
Pitching in relief for Commodores.
But how about Kyle Wolf, Luke?
Swinging the hot bat. Hit a home run. You get a start tonight. You're making it count. I love the first pitch swinging, though, to start the 8th. Or start the 9th. I mean, why not? I mean, he crushed that single, too.
Certainly did. First pitch to Tyler Minnick. Rather, Matt Conti pinch hitting for Tyler Minnick. And something we could kind of expect after Minnick took a pitch off the hand. Rather than risking him playing anymore. Sub Matt Conti in. Second pitch, a high dribbler past the mound, goes to short. Ben Royo can't field it. Tried to pick it up with his bare hand, but the ball just laying in the infield grass. So now runners on first and second for the Mariners. Caden Humphrey on the bump for Falmouth. replacing Devin Sheeran. Humphrey, a rising senior at Alabama, transfer from North Florida. Trying to recollect himself here after allowing 2 base runners on his first 2 batters faced. Shintaro Inoue from the left side. Played 2 years at Community College in Nebraska before transferring to Kansas State, where he spent this past season. His first pitch rocketed high in the air, left field, foul territory. Third baseman Kyle Morrison drifting all the way into a patch of trees. He did not make the catch.
Running at second base, number 21, Evan Dempsey from Florida Gulf Coast University.
Evan Dempsey now pinch running for Kyle Wolf.
Thought Dempsey made the most of not having his best stuff last night. Went 4 innings, 6 hits, gave up 4. 2-run homer in the third was a big one, but he hung in there.
The 0-1 to Inoue. He bunts to the right side. It's scooped up by the pitcher and thrown out at first.
Well done. Got the runners over.
Absolutely right. Mariners on third and second. Dempsey on third. As Matt Conti stands on second base. Inoue with that nice bunt. Caden Humphrey came sailing in from the mound to make the play. So 1 out, 2 runners in scoring position. And out comes Trey Broussard from the left side. His first pitch. Breaking ball just misses that inner edge for ball 1.
Broussard was extremely frustrated, for good reason. Struck out with a runner at third and 1 out in the 7th in his last plate appearance. That's his second K of the day. See if he can bounce back in the 9th with 2 on.
The 1-0. Blasted foul, or rather, foul ball. Left side, it's caught by Carl Schmidt, but it's not going to matter. A runner scores Evan Dempsey as Matt Conti stays put at second base. Another run for the Mariners, 4-0 after that sac fly. That ball just staying foul.
That's good baseball, Gino. You get runners on first and second to start the inning. You get your 9-hole hitter Inoue with its sacrifice bunt, advances both runners into scoring position. And then the top of the order, Broussard, he took a first pitch ball, got a strike, and just pushed it the other way down the line, a sac fly. That's the way it's done. Get another insurance run. That's been the story of tonight. Mariners have played small ball, yes, the home run, but for the most part, a team effort, and have controlled this game. Pitching has been excellent as well.
First pitch for Feinberg was called a strike. Second pitch, a breaking ball on the outer edge for strike 2. So 2 outs, 0-2 the count to Feinberg. 1 runner aboard for the Mariners and Matt Conti on second. The pitch, high and away for ball 1. Feinberg on the day. Got hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. Also got on base in the 1st inning off of an error from shortstop. This pitch in the dirt. 2-2 count. Feinberg also with a strikeout and a lineout on the day. New ball dealt to the mound. Humphrey wanted to change things up. Humphrey looking for his first strikeout on the day. 2-2 count against Feinberg. He glances back at second, now kicks and fires. Loop to right for a base hit. Conti into third standing. And now runners on the corners for the Mariners after a base hit from Feinberg. And some Mariners fans clapping as the Harwich Bats come to life here in the latter stages of this game.
There he is. First hit as a Mariner, Feinberg. Ball was actually hit too hard. It was a laser into right, and if it was hit any softer, I think that you're going to get the windmill on at third base, and Matt Conti has a chance to score. But it just got to the right fielder, Smith, so fast couldn't even think about sending Conti.
First pitch for Becker, taken for a ball.
Big spot here for Becker. Hitless tonight. We know his game. Leads this team hitting for average, hitting third for a good reason.
The 1-0. Lifted high in the air. Foul. Mariners up 4-0 in the top of the ninth. 1-1 count against Eric Becker with 2 outs. Runners on the corners for the Mariners. Matt Conti on third. And then over on first is Harrison Feinberg. The 1-1. Feinberg goes from first. Called a ball at the plate. The throw to second. Way off the mark. That's going to send Conti home. The throw to third. Not there. Feinberg showing off the speed yet again as another run scores for the Mariners. 5-0. Harwich on top of Falmouth. And what's turning into a game that has really just gotten away from the Commodores. It was a close game up until that 6th inning, and that's where the Mariners scored their first run. And ever since then, Harwich hasn't looked back.
Just a bad decision to throw to second, David McCann.
1-2. Fouled straight back. Hit Quattrani a little awkwardly.
Well, McCann pinch hit for Quintrani. So that's him back there.
Yes.
And I understand you come into the game in the later innings and you want to show the MLB scouts that you can get a runner out at second. But that's why you're here if you're David McCann. With a runner at third, trailing by 4, in a 2-strike count, is it really worth throwing down to second and then throwing it into the outfield, allowing that runner to go to third, you score a run? Just not great decision making.
The 1-2. Lifted high in the air to center. It drops for a base hit, and that scores Feinberg from third. 6-0 Mariners on top as the bats just continue to click for the Mariners. This might be the start of something that the Mariners love to see. Head coach Steve Englert
4 hits
giving a round of applause. Yeah.
2 outs in this inning are actually sacrifice outs. The sac bunt, the sac fly. Textbook inning from Englert's team here.
First pitch to Maddox Maloney. Called a ball at the knees.
You know, you play patient baseball. You don't do anything out of the ordinary. You don't try and do too much when you're struggling offensively. And then you look at the scoreboard, you have a 6-run lead.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1 on Maloney. Yeah, but this is definitely a good sight for the Mariners, especially in this later parts of the game. We noticed that yesterday against Hyannis, down 4-1, they had some opportunities to claw back in the game. Left some runners stranded as this pitch low and away, 2 balls, 1 strike to Maloney. But, you know, in yesterday's game against the Harbor Hawks, Mariners showed some signs of life. They just couldn't get any runs on the board. But in today, that's been quite the opposite as Maloney fights this one foul, 2-2 count.
Mariners don't necessarily jump out at you on paper like some of these other teams, but 3 outs away from being 2-1, and this has definitely been the most impressive effort so far.
Harwich with their most hits on the season. As this pitch peeled to the first base umpire. Thought Maloney might have went, but Ron Starzia says no, he did not.
Outside of getting out of the bottom half of this inning and taking the win, I think the biggest bright spot could be if we get a Maloney hit here.
Payoff pitch. Becker goes from first and low and inside for ball 4. Obviously not a hit, but you'll take it.
Good at bat. Reason I say I didn't mean the biggest spot of the game. The home run, the 3-run ninth, could have triumphed anything that Maloney could individually do there. But there's a reason that Maloney's currently hitless and he's hitting cleanup. Steve Englert's been managing in the Cape for over 2 decades. He knows what he's doing and knows that Maloney has some serious pop and talent.
First pitch to Jaffe, called a strike off the breaking ball. 80 miles per hour it's clocking in. Runners on first and second. Becker on second. Maloney on first. The 0-1. Swing and a miss from Jaffe. So 0-2 the count. 2 outs. Top of the ninth. Mariners up 6-0. A lot of offense these last few frames. Blasted foul straight back. 7 hits on the day for the Mariners. They had 5 in the first game against Bourne, 5 in yesterday's game against Hyannis. And now with 7. A hard grounder up the middle. Antonio Morales scoops it up between the legs, touches second base, and gets the third out. Now heading into the bottom of the ninth. The Commodores have a lot of work to do. Harwich trying to shut the door on any sort of comeback. The Commodores threaten, trying to protect a 6-0 lead. Stick around on Cape League TV.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the Rental Source staff with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
The Mariners trying to secure their second win on the young summer. Can they do it? Alongside Luke Brenneman, I'm Gino Antamarino here from Gov Fuller Field in Falmouth. Commodores have 3, 4, 5 due up in the order. Kyle Morrison leading things off. John Smith on deck. Kent Schmidt in the hole. Tazwell Butler on the mound for the Mariners in his second inning of work. 2 strikeouts in the last frame. Gave up just 1 hit. As he readies the glove at the belt. Deals from the first base side of the rubber. Righty on lefty matchup. The first pitch. Whistles high and away for ball 1.
Matt Conti into the game behind the plate. Pinch hit for Minnick. We talked about him taking that fastball off the hand. So Conti, the new catcher.
The 1-0. Lifted foul, third base side, tails out of play. And Minnick got hit on the hand like you were talking about, took his spot on first. So it was good to see that he stayed in the game. But obviously, maybe just dealing with a little bit too much aches as he tends to it. The Mariners up big time, just trying to get out of this ball game. The 1-1, bat breaks, and it's fouled off third base side. Kyle Morrison, like Superman, breaking that wooden bat as he trots over to the dugout. Was holding a shard of the bat. Finally just tosses it away as he goes into the dugout to get his new wood. Taking all the time in the world right now. And he comes back out. Black collared bat. 1-2 the count. Morrison today has reached via a walk that came in the first inning. Then had 2 flyouts in his last 2 plate appearances. 1-2 count with no outs. Butler looking cool as a cucumber. Readies the glove at the belt. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Nice start to the ninth. Butler's looked solid every arm tonight. Rodriguez, shirtlift. Now it's Butler's turn. A strikeout for the first out of the ninth. Here we go. 2 away. Mariners looking to get to 2-1, Gino.
Butler, his third K of the evening. The senior from Kansas State. Now has to get through John Smith. First pitch. Low and away, ball one.
Third strikeout. He's gotten 4 outs. That's what you like to call stuff right there. Strikeout stuff from Taz Butler. See if he can finish the job here.
Stuff with a capital T. The 1-0. Well high. Missed Conti completely that time. Hit off of the backstop. So 2 balls, no strikes. Butler just lost the handle on that pitch. The 2-0. Fastball right down Broadway for strike one. Smith in today's game 0 for 3. Commodores, they've got 5 hits on the day. That matched their season total. Obviously just through 2 games to start the Summers. The 2-1. Lifted foul. Out of play down the first base side. But both teams struggling in the offensive department heading into today's game, but definitely some signs of life for both sides. Mariners with 7 hits, Falmouth with 5. It's a 2-2 fought off. Smith stays alive with a 2-2 count.
I don't know, man. Falmouth still without an extra base hit. It's now 3 games. Those are the ones that get the guys going. They're infectious. I mean, you saw what happened. The second Wolf hits a 2-run home run. Suddenly everybody's single to right, single to center. Couple walks in there.
You're right. That Wolf home run came in the 7th inning. Mariners were up 3-0 and then just scored 3 in the top of the 9th. It's a 2-2 from Butler. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ball gets away from Conti. He scoops it up in front of home plate, whips it to first in time as Butler records his 4th strikeout. Had Smith digging in the dirt.
4 strikeouts, 5 outs. Some kind of work for Taz Butler.
He's just gone through this Falmouth order like clockwork.
So was everybody, though. I mean, 5 hits. Not much hard contact, not a single extra base hit.
First pitch to Kent Schmidt. Low and inside for ball 1.
2 of the hits were just shift beaters.
Yeah, I didn't want to, insult Falmouth too much.
No, not insulting, but it's
no, I get what you're saying.
The Mariners pitchers just soft contact, if any.
Right. Yeah. That's right. Is the 1-0. A hard grounder to first. Jaffe right there to scoop it up, touch the first base, and record out number 3 as the Mariners trot onto the field from the dugout. An emphatic 6-0 win for the Mariners to earn their 2nd win on the young season in what was a big-time showing from the offense for the Mariners. 7 hits on the day, and that's all they need because they've got the defense to stand tall, record the outs. They've got the pitching, as you just saw from Tazwell Butler. 4 strikeouts to end things. And the Mariners will take this win and head home for tomorrow's matchup.
Absolutely. A team win tonight.
Absolutely.
Wolf with the home run. If I could give an MVP, I'd just give it to this pitching staff through 3 games now. They've shown up every single night. It's been new guys out of the bullpen. We haven't seen anybody twice. But tonight, Rodriguez 4 scoreless to start it out. Shurtleff came in for 3 scoreless of his own. And then Butler, the strikeout stuff to clean everything up. A 2-1 start for Harwich coming off a title in 2024. It's a good time to be a Mariner, Gino, and I would come to White House Field for that matchup against Wareham tomorrow.
Absolutely right. That's actually going to be against Katuitt.
Oh, excuse me.
Tomorrow at 6:30. Wareham will be on Thursday.
That's right.
Just mixing up a few days. That's all right.
Katuitt lost tonight to Orleans, so we'll see a 1-2.
Yeah, it should be a
Kettler
good one.
team.
The Mariners also getting their first win in the baby blue uniforms. That's definitely something to hang your hat on.
It always looks better wearing baby blue when you
know.
win.
It's a good point. You can't be flashy and lose. That's what they always say. All right, from Gov Fuller Field, signing off after a 6-0 win for the Mariners over the Commodores. Harwich with a 2-1 record on the young summer. For our producer, Dave Roberts, for my co-partner, Luke Brenneman, I'm Gino Antamarino saying so long and have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow on our broadcast against the Cotuit Kettleers at 6:30 from White House Field.